Welcome, everybody, to Ask Trinity Archives. I'm Joe Lapinski,
And I'm Marissa Maggs.
and we are two archivists working in the archives at Trinity Church Wall Street. Trinity Church has a fascinating history that dates all the way back to 1697. And in this new video series, we'll be sharing pieces of that history with you through questions that you, the audience, ask of us, the archives. So please feel free to leave questions for us about Trinity's history, things in our archives, archival practice, directly in the comments section of this video. This is pretty exciting, Marissa. Are you ready to jump in?
I'm ready.
What is your favorite item in Trinity's archives?
My favorite item in the archive is a pew rent book from the 1790s. So until the mid 1800s, pews were rented out, which allowed members of the congregation to sit in the same place every time they attended Mass. In this particular ledger, the collection of rent is not in order of last name, nor is it by pew number, meaning it was likely recorded as the funds came in. So in this particular one, we see Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, two founding fathers, listed one after the other, meaning they each paid for their respective pew around the same time. What is interesting is the ability to imagine the potential context here. Did Hamilton and Jay stop into Trinity together to take care of this errand? Did they run into each other on their way in and out? Both Hamilton and Jay, though particularly Hamilton, seem like larger than life figures, but this pew book allows us to be reminded they were humans, just like us, running errands in their spare time.
I think one of my all-time favorite things in the archives is probably the Morgan Dix diaries. So the Reverend Morgan Dix was Trinity's ninth rector and one of our longest tenured rectors. He served for like 44 years from 1862 to 1906, and he wrote daily in these really great, nice large format diaries, and he tipped in clippings from Harper's Weekly and Leslie's Illustrated and all of these great old newspapers. And at the beginning of his rectorship was the Civil War. Towards the end of his rectorship, you have a massive influx of immigration into New York City and the issue of tenement housing. So there's this huge experience. There are these two entries that I think are particularly special. One in 1860, where he's feeling sick, but he drags himself out of bed anyways on election day, specifically to vote against Abraham Lincoln and against the anti-slavery Republican Party. But then in 1865, 5 years later, there's this entry where he rejoices and praises the adoption by Congress of the 13th Amendment. He himself writes, "How strange are the changes of time." So he sees his own growth and arc on the topic of slavery. And to see one man's growth over time through their own eyes, through their own words, I think it's that personal aspect, like you said, that human concept. Yeah. It's this man at the head of this iconic church in Lower Manhattan, and how he is personally experiencing these events. I think that's what makes his diaries really special to read.
That's all we have for today, but we'd love to hear from you. If we welcome any questions you might have, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them in future videos. Thanks for tuning in.